Diversity, equity, and inclusion. What do all of those mean? Let's talk about it. Diversity is about differences, whether that's by gender, race, ethnicity, age, where you live, where you grew up, where you moved, what you believe in, your religion, who you love, who you date, what you eat. All of those things make us diverse, and that's okay. We are different. However, it's all about who is in the room and who's missing in the room. So when you think about diversity, it's not always one person or one thing. It's about what are those voices that we need at the table in our spaces to help us make better decisions, make better products, have better services, connect with our folks more. It's all good. Different is okay, because that's where you have innovation, that's where you have learning and growth, and that's where you show up at your best. No matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what you believe, no matter where you live in the world, you are diverse. So that's diversity. What is inclusion? Inclusion is about making sure that everyone, no matter who they are, no matter where they live, no matter what they like, what they do, feels like they belong in the space, like they're included. Their voice matters, their ideas matter, their experiences matter, and it's all brought to the space together, again, so we can show up better. What is equity? When I think about equity, it's about what are those barriers that prevent people from having access to opportunity or having an opportunity to share their voice that may be different, or an idea that may sound different, or to bring those experiences that may be different than what people know or have experienced themselves. Equity is looking at what are the barriers that our internal teams or systems may be creating so that people don't have access to promotions or opportunities or access to leaders, or they may not have opportunities to show up as themselves because of fear of consequence. So again, when we think about what all of these things mean, we need them within organizations. And then you bring belonging. Belonging is that intentional effort to make sure that people in your space, on your teams, your peers, your partners, your clients, those you show up for in community, feel like they have a space and can show up as they are, their authentic selves, without fear of being judged or mistreated or harmed. I like to use this example by a wonderful diversity, equity, and inclusion leader who said, diversity is inviting people to the party. People who may be different, people you may not know, people you may not understand, but you invite them to the party. Inclusion is about inviting them to dance, asking them to dance with you. And I say, equity is creating a diverse planning committee. That way you make sure someone who may have dietary restrictions or preferences like vegan meals or gluten-free, make sure they have a space at your party, or that you have a wonderful playlist that has a broad range of music that people actually like dancing to, already there for people when they show up. That is equity. So think about that as you're doing your work, as you're building your teams, as you're solving problems and ideas within your organization, bringing those voices to the table, making sure the spaces are diverse, making sure people when they come can actually bring their voice, bring their experiences, and have a safe space to do that. And belonging is that intentionality that, whether it's asking people, how do you prefer to be communicated to? Do you prefer messaging? Do you prefer video? Do you prefer phone, text, email? Or when you think about introverts or extroverts, when you think about how they show up in a meeting, some people may be ready to jump in, share their ideas right away, but there may be people who need a little bit of time to process before they get to the meeting or after the meeting. So having agendas available beforehand so that those folks can still feel like they can show up and be productive as themselves. It's a journey, we're all on it together. And when you think about data, because Diversity Window believes that data is first, How do you measure that? How are you intentional? We'd love to help you understand that and connect to your DEI efforts in inclusion and belonging. We hope to hear from you.